Hey guys, I'm back after 17 days, 18 days actually, and it's my first time looking at charts. So I'm going to go through every single chart, raw. I haven't looked at anything, I haven't analyzed anything. We'll do it all together live. And I'll give you guys my thought process after 18 days and how the charts look and where I think, the market's going to go. This video might be a little bit longer because I'm doing everything from scratch. I haven't prepared anything. I could have gone live, but um, don't have time for that. I'm a little exhausted still from the traveling. So let's just jump into it. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. But before I do that, let's take a look at a previous chart that I've gone over multiple times and why this chart's important. I know it has a whole bunch of lines, but I'll discuss just the market structure based on this. Okay, so as previously mentioned, we were in a downtrend. So, higher highs this whole entire way up with higher lows, and then we lost market structure, right? Putting in lower lows and lower highs. Now, we have actually just broke market structure to the upside. Is this important? I will discuss in the next chart. But as we can see, right, we were putting in lower lows, lower highs, and then another lower low here. This was the last lower high, and we put in a higher high. Could this have been our low time frame bottom with our last previous higher low set? I'll discuss it, but I just want you guys to see that things might be changing, okay? As mentioned in my previous video, that we were getting a relief, right? We were around 56K when I made the video. I said we would get relief, and we rejected from a very important part, right? Do I think the low time frame bottom is in? No. I'll discuss that why, but I do think the macro bottom is set in by this 49K wick that I have multiple times addressed why that is. So let's take a look here. All right, and let's discuss why I don't think the low time frame bottom is in. So we are still in this downtrend, right? Let's go to a higher time frame. Okay, this is not a bull flag. This is just a downtrending channel. Okay. We rejected from that point, from resistance again, and if you want to actually draw clear resistance, this would be it. Okay, and there's your support. All right, but I'm gonna remove those because those look fucking weird. So let's draw some resistances, which we are currently at, and let's draw major support level. Okay. And I'm going to make this level blue. This is my most important level, right? And I'll discuss why, but just so we have it, and obviously, okay. So I'm going to remove these downtrend lines really quickly. I just wanted to show you guys that. So let's take a look at this. We have strong support. I drew this on a 50 on a 3-day time frame. Okay, our important level here at 58K. This is our most, like, if we take a look at this, this was just a range, right? Here was the highs, deviation back under the range. Now we're rejecting. This is also a Quasimodo pattern. For those that don't know this, let me bring that up because this is one of my favorite patterns to trade. Let me get that here for you. One sec. Quasimodo. All right. Okay. So if we go to a lower time frame, we will see this play out. Right. So this whole entire impulse up, okay, we were making higher highs, right? Higher lows. Then we made a higher high. Here's the higher low, right? We failed to go up. we actually put in a lower low, right? So if we're taking a look at market structure based off this, right? So higher high, higher low, or we can go off higher low, higher high, right? We made a lower low. Here was the last higher high. We rejected right from it. So theoretically, we should reject from here. All right, now this is a bearish Quasimodo pattern. It's one of my favorite patterns to trade, and a bullish Quasimodo is the other way around. But this is one alternative. So we reject from here, and then we go back down to take out this liquidity. Okay, that's one. But I don't think that we go that route. If we do, great. That's where you're going to buy. Anything under 58K down to 53K, basically that demand zone that we talked about on the daily, this one here. Okay, anything from here down to here, you buy. All right, but this is not my most important level. This blue level here, the 67.2K, the one that I've been explaining multiple times on my live videos, is the level that we need to flip for me to be ultra bullish. Okay, I know that we have this high time frame resistance, this all-time high resistance. Break that, we go higher. But I think if we break above this level and we hold it, we will take out these highs and then continue higher from there. Until that happens, I don't see us going higher. I think we have one more low time frame dip. Okay, I think we can go to this region, basically from 66 to 68K. Okay, and do something like this, and then take out these lows, and that will be the bottom. Okay, that is my game plan. So yes, I can see the FOMO. I can see why people are buying into this, right? This is a higher high that we made. This could be another higher low that we put in, and then start the trend from there. We put another higher high. But we go back up to here. We have this liquidity. We go up to it, and then, like I said, 67 or 66 to 68K, have another rejection back into whatever range this was, right? We had a deviation, another deviation, another deviation, small deviation here. This would be the fourth deviation, okay? Until this level is flipped to support. See how we went up and we flipped it, and then we made a little push higher. I need the same thing to happen again, but if that happens and we don't fall back under this range, I think we take out these highs and then go to 85K plus, okay? But I need to see this flip to happen. So until that happens, I think we get another dip down to take out all this liquidity, put in a final bottom, and then go higher. All right. Now, does this mean it's okay to buy here? Absolutely. This is totally fine. I mean, look at like some of these coins like ETH, Sol, right? Like Sui, we'll discuss a little bit later, but these coins are still down tremendously from their highs. A lot of you are trying to time the bottom, all right? A lot of you are trying to make the position that you have the only position. You have to understand that you are not, I am not, we are not great traders, right? We're never going to time the bottom. So you have to start scaling into your positions, whether it's leverage or spot. I am a spot trader, so I will talk about spot. But scaling into your positions is super important. It doesn't mean that you go full throttle and you go 100% into your positions with full allocation. No, start buying. If the market goes up, at least you're exposed. If the market goes down, you can start DCAing. But this is why you go in with a a starter position. So no matter how great of a trader you think you are, no matter how bad of a trader you think you are, you will not have a perfect position every single time. And if you do, coincidentally, you are lucky, great. But you start DCing into positions and you have a high time frame invalidation level, right? So yes, I can start buying Bitcoin here. I can start buying Bitcoin at 58K. I can start buying 54K, right? Wherever your entry is, it does not matter as long as you have that validation level. My high time frame level invalidation for Bitcoin is a close below 40K. That would send me to close out my positions and move away from Bitcoin, right? But I'll buy here, I'll buy here, I'll buy here, and that's totally fine as long as we don't go below here and close below there, right? So I'm not going to time the market. The market is not going to wait for me. I'm not going to wait for it. Although I have my levels set, it's okay to start your entry positions, all right? So that's basically the plan for Bitcoin. I am looking for a push up to 66 to 68K, and then a harsh dip back below 58 to 54K. That's where I'll be buying a majority of my positions. If not, I will have starter positions. I haven't fully closed all my positions, or my long-term positions have not been closed. I will add more to my short-term positions, which I will be giving in the Discord, but we can talk about this as well, right? We go back up to here, come back down, but if we get a low time frame dip into, okay, basically 61 to 60K, that's where I'm going to buy. But if we reject here, then we have broken market structure, putting in a lower high on this, impulse, buying the next lower low, looking for a push up, selling, and then going out about that, right? Just like we had here, okay? Every time we went up, right, we broke market structure. So here is a higher high, higher high, higher high. We failed to make a higher low, and then we went down, right? Same thing here. Even if we put in higher high on this impulse, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. We failed to put in a higher low, and then we went lower, okay? So same thing here. We failed to put in a higher low, right? And then if this rejection happens, this is a lower low, and then we go further down, okay? So don't be married to your positions. Have a perspective on both outlooks, but if we get a lower low here, right, hopefully with the trendline confluence and demand zone, this demand zone here, okay, buy there for an impulse up. Hopefully we get the push up to 66, 68K, where I'll be looking to sell my short-term positions and then buy back below 58 to 54K. All right, flip 67K. I will add more to my positions. To my long-term positions, not my short-term, because I'd be looking to sell my short-term positions there, and then look to sell most of it around 85 to 100K. All right, so that's the plan for Bitcoin. In terms of positions, I'll give that in the Discord, but this is my plan for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at ETH. I mentioned before how weak ETH is, right? This is still in a downtrend. It's a clear downtrend. Market structure has not changed. Okay, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, until we break above this, okay, we put in a higher high. I'm not interested in ETH really, unless you bought down here. Okay, we put in a lower high, so technically we should go to take out the lower lows. Now, we went to fucking 2,700, and this retraced all the way back to 2,300. Right? Obviously, it's weak. I've mentioned the buy plan for this. I am looking for a sweep of this level. Okay, so sub 2K, you buy. Take out now leverage positions. Take out this low. Right? You wait for the reclaim of the swing low, and then you buy once that reclaim happens, and then your invalidation level will be that sweep wick. All right, so this is a confirmation type of play. You're going to wait for that sweep low to happen, stop loss there, and then you are honestly looking for a move back up to range highs. Okay, deviation, back move to there. It's about, a 3-hour trade, almost a 4-hour trade. Okay, so this is a confirmation play, but again, even ETH is still, even though this is a downtrend, this is still a range here. All right, so taking a look at this, Here's your range for ETH. We'll get to it on a lower time frame. Okay, resistance, deviation, rejection from resistance. Here is your mid-range, okay, which we just rejected from. Again, even though this is higher highs on a higher time frame, this is putting in lower lows and lower highs. So, low time frame, you can draw your trend line as well, which we lost. There's the rejection, okay? If this closes, here is a potential trade that you can take. I'm not going to be taking shorts. I'm just going to be waiting, okay, and looking for TP1, okay? TP1 will be at the top here, which is the order block. So that's TP1. Here's TP2, and finally TP3, okay? So this would be the short that I would take. If we go back above this trend line and we reclaim it, then you would close the trade out for a small loss. But until, like that would be the trade. It's an easy, invalidation, about a 6.5 hour trade, okay? Now, if you want to reposition yourself for ETH, this is where you start doing so. Around 2273, okay, we have clear support, and then anything below this 2090 level, $2,100 level, is a buy for ETH, okay, and then you will target 3600. Now this play that I gave here on the daily, this is a confirmation type play for leverage traders only, all right? So I wouldn't buy here at resistance, even if you're starting to scale into a small time frame position. You want to see this on a strength level, hold above, then you could buy, but we are unable to flip this level, which was resistance here, flipped it to support, and then again it became resistance, which we have not taken out yet. So that would be, if we flip that, a starter position, and then if we go lower, then you can add. Otherwise, you wait for this level to be flipped, and then you can add more to your position for up higher. All right. Again, ETH is showing a lot of weakness compared to Bitcoin. I still think we can sweep these lows here, and then that will be the final dip for higher. Right. Now Sol, same thing here that we had with that Quasimodo pattern, right? So okay. So we have the higher high, higher low, higher high, made a lower low, right? Came back to reject. It was a perfect place to reject from, and then this should continue to the downside. Now, we closed out our spot positions, or at least I did. Hopefully, you guys did too. In the Discord, all the calls that I give are exclusively in the Discords only. I am not bullish until this 153 level is slipped to support. As we can see, right? Deviation, 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 right? So this has not been flipped to support. Here is your small range, right? So again, buying here has proven to be healthy for a correction up. I'm still short from 163. My stop loss did not hit on this move up, luckily, when I was gone, but these are your levels to consider, okay? So if we get a move down to this order block, around 140 down to 136, that is where you start your positions, and then you buy all the way down, or buy again at 127. Anything below here is a gift. Can we get below it? Of course we can. It's a gift to buy below there, and then you will target all-time highs. All right, so this is still range bound, believe it or not. Multiple deviations as discussed. Not bullish until this level is flipped, which we failed to do so on all levels. And then if that happens, you target a move up to first 160, then 180. Where am I getting those levels from? Here is your 160 resistance, and your 180 resistance comes around here, right? Then obviously we talk about higher, but these are the two levels that we have to watch out for. Okay. So that was a good short to take. As you can see, this is why you plot out your support and resistance levels, and then look for that move down. So hopefully you have your support levels on your charts. Please have a long-term chart just in handy like I do with this, right? So you're able to plot out your support and resistances and set your levels on that chart to buy or to sell. Okay, so again, my plan on Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol is hopefully for a push higher and then for a whole corrective move down for one more low time frame lows before we have liftoff. Okay. Now again, buy levels will be given the Discord, but plan flip 153, we go higher. Okay. Otherwise, we look for a move lower. Now, I've mentioned this many times. Do I think that the top is in for most coins of the last cycle? Yes. Link's not going to make new highs, right? Like most of the coins are done. Dino coins are especially done, right? So, LTC, XRP, like these coins aren't going to make new highs. So you want to focus on this cycle's shiny new coins. Sui has been one of them. If you guys have been listening or watching my tweets, understanding BTC pairings is very, very important. You could have seen the strength on this BTC chart, right? While the market was moving down, if we take a look at Bitcoin, right? While this market was moving down, Sui was moving up. Why? BTC pairing. It was outperforming Bitcoin. Whenever Bitcoin had that dip, Sui was holding relatively well. Or stable, and then once Bitcoin got that push, this coin went higher. So when the market's in a downtrend, you want to take a look at these coins on BTC pairings, all right? And Sui was one of them. I tweeted this out. Any dip on Sui is a gift, and now Sui is making its run towards its all-time high on the USDT pairing. Okay. Okay, so its highs. Okay, there we go. All right, now this has proven when coins go into price discovery, have proven to be easy trades to take. All right, but you also have to be careful. Okay, why do I talk about being careful? This coin can easily take out its highs and then dump. Okay, an example of this would be Injective. But before Injective completely dumped, it went into price discovery perfectly. Okay, let me take a look at the. So let's take a look. Okay, so here, this was Injective's all-time high. All right, around $25.45. All right, look what happened here. We went straight into price discovery. Okay, came back, retested the all-time highs before this ran again. All right, a lot of people are going to buy Sui, and then they're going to be this liquidity here, or this little wick, right? Because they won't sell. They're going to be arrogant. They're not going to lock in profits, and they will give all their money back, round trip, possibly go below entry before this goes parabolic. Spot is safer, okay, because you don't care about the intraday price actions. We closed above the all-time high, right? Came back, retested it. Yes, we had wicks below, but the candle closed above, and then once we went into price discovery, this coin ran 106%. Okay, so same thing can happen here, right? Go up, come back down. So this is where you actually have to stay patient, okay? Because if we go into price discovery, you are going to buy the low time frame retest. What do I mean by low time frame? Here you go. So if I go to a 4-hour chart, okay, there's your wick up, there's your retest, and we stayed under here for less than a day before going up. So yes, you can enter in on a 4-hour or 2-hour or 1-hour time frame, hopefully on spot, and then ride this to a higher position, right? But don't be surprised if we don't take out the highs before correcting lower. Where do you buy lower? Sorry, had a text. If we get this dip to 180 down to 170, you are for sure going to buy. This is not going to break any high time frame market structure. Okay. Obviously, this is a doji candle. This is going to be, if this closes like this, we should get some, what do you call it, a reversal pattern. Okay. There is your highs. We went up, we retested it perfectly. So anything honestly below $1.90 down to $1.70 is a buy. All right. If this continues to go higher and break the all-time highs, again, you'll enter on that low time frame retest, and then you will look for a push up. I don't know how much this will go higher, but I did mention that the new shiny coins are going to to better perform those last cycle coins. Okay, so my price that I would love to buy it is basically 180 down to 170. But if we get this move up, I'm waiting for that retest to happen before entering in. Okay. So you can as I mentioned, you can also start buying. Here's that resistance, right? Now this is on a daily. We haven't had that retest on the daily. So 194 is a great place to buy. Rejection, deviation, rejection. There's your breakout candle, right? Entering in small positions on that retest could give you a nice return up. And if it buys, dips below this area, perfect entry as well. At least you are exposed if this goes higher from that 194. Otherwise, you buy around 180 down to 170. Now, again, taking a look at SUI, we did on the Bitcoin pairing, it's still bullish, has not given weakness. This is a coin that you want on your radar. All right. So these are the coins that I'm currently looking at outside of one more. Let's take a look at Ondo. And then I will make another video discussing meme coins and the ones that I'm focusing on. But Ondo. All right. Again, same thing. This is still a range-bound trade. Okay. Here is your highs. Here's your lows. Now, this could easily go back to 180 and then reject. Not bullish until this level is flipped. As you can see, we've had a lot of struggle with this level. Came back below, resistance, resistance, deviation, back under. I would love to buy Ondo again at these levels here. So 65 cents down to 55 cents is my buy zone. Okay, buy zone here. Otherwise, I will buy if this level is flipped, and then we continue to grind higher. Now, again, this was just like Bitcoin, right? Higher low, lower low, higher high, higher low. SUI has this, or sorry, Ondo has the same thing, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower high, lower high, right? Lower low. This went above this lower high, making a higher high. So this, yes, could be this point in Ondo, but this could also be a lower high, and then we go back down to make a lower low on this impulse. So this is why I would love to buy 65 cents down to 56 cents and look for a move up to $1 for a 30 to 40% move. Okay. Otherwise, I will buy once this is flipped and target that dollar to a $1.20 move. Okay. So here's the difference: 30% move to 58% move. Okay. I'm buying with conviction and confirmation. I'm buying with limit orders here. Okay. So set your limits, set your alerts. Go ahead and click alerts. If this is flipped, then you go ahead and buy. If you want to start buying here because you are impatient, at least start with a smaller position and DCA lower. There's nothing wrong with that, as I previously mentioned. Just have a game plan in mind. All right. So that's it from me. I'll be making a video on memes later on, maybe tomorrow. But for now, this is my game plan for Bitcoin and the market. Hopefully, again, a push up and then lower. Or if this is going to be that lower, then we go lower. If you're taking the ETH play that I recently gave, you are nice in profit. About 40, not a $43 move, about a $20 move since the entry. So that's it for me. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks, everyone.